JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 1 dead, 3 injured in drive-by attack in Waterhouse. 1 man is dead and 3 others injured following a drive-by incident in Waterhouse, St. Andrew on Tuesday morning. According to police reports, at approximately 8:45 a.m., several armed men aboard a grey Toyota Probox motor car opened fire at a group of men along Unity Lane in the community. When the gunfire subsided, 4 men were found nursing gunshot wounds, one of whom subsequently succumbed to his injuries. The other 3 were taken to the hospital where they are being treated. The deceased has been identified as 19-year-old Alton Haffenden of a Unity Lane address. According to Coleridge Mento, acting operations officer for the St. Andrew South Division, the incident stems from an ongoing feud between men from the Waterhouse community and the men from the Olympic Gardens area. A full-scale investigation is being done to identify the persons who would have carried out this incident, but from the preliminary reports, we are picking up that it is gang-related. There's an ongoing gang conflict with a group of men from the Olympic Gardens space, and so it's attributed to gang conflict, said Minto. Still, it is an ongoing active investigation. In the meantime, Minto said police assets have been strategically placed in the Waterhouse area to address the recent flare-up in violence. 2 wanted men surrendered to Westmoreland police. 2 men who were wanted in Westmoreland for serious crimes turned themselves into the police on Monday, July 25. They are 33-year-old Vivian Godfrey of Rickett Street in Savlamar, Westmoreland, who was wanted for shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and the 30-year-old Francel Lawrence of Spanish Town, St. Catherine, who was wanted for murder. The 2 men will remain in custody as arrangements are finalized for them to be formally charged, the police said. Farmer shot dead in St. Elizabeth. A man was killed in the community of Cedar Spring in St. Elizabeth this morning. Residents heard explosions about 6 o'clock. The body of 48-year-old farmer Courtney Dunkley, which had bullet wounds, was found on the main road. A car was seen driving from the scene. A source has revealed that Dunkley's house was firebombed last week. Police find submachine gun on Tarrant Drive, St. Andrew. The quick response team of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch seized an illegal gun with several rounds of ammunition during an operation on Tarrant Drive in the parish on Monday, July 25. Reports are that about 2:05 p.m., the team conducted a snap raid in the community. The team searched an abandoned Toyota Corolla motor car and found a Mach 11 submachine gun loaded with 10 9mm rounds of ammunition. The weapon was found in a pillowcase in the trunk of the car. No one is arrested in connection with the seizure. However, the investigation continues. Gun recovered in Anchovy, St. James. The police are reporting the seizure of an illegal gun and ammunition in Anchovy, St. James this morning. They say the recovery of the Glock 19 pistol with 1 round was made during an operation in Roehampton District. The operation was conducted by the St. James Police with assistance from personnel from Area 1, Specialized Operations, and the Jamaica Defense Force. Today's seizures come 6 days after the massive gunfight last Wednesday in Bobman Hill, Lilliput in St. James. A rifle capable of discharging multiple types of ammunition and over 100 rounds were found in that operation. So far this year, the security forces have recovered 95 weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammunition in St. James. Pastor's teen son pleads guilty to his murder at Westmoreland home. The teenage son of slain Westmoreland pastor Garnet Foster has been convicted for the gruesome killing. The 17-year-old's name has been withheld. He pleaded guilty to murder in the Westmoreland Circuit Court today. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions confirmed he is scheduled to be sentenced on August 4. Foster, 45, who was the pastor of the Church of God of the Mountain Assembly, was killed in his sleep at the family's home in Petersfield on July 23 last year. According to police reports, the teen told his uncle and grandmother, who lived next door, that he had discovered his father's body lying in blood with a knife sticking out of his neck. The relatives immediately rushed over and entered Foster's room. They reported that he was covered in blood with stab wounds to his upper body. The well-known clergyman was rushed to the Savlamar Hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. Prosecution makes closing arguments in one Don gang trial. The Crown on Tuesday began its closing address as the end looms of the long-running trial of the over 2 dozen alleged members of the One Don gang. A senior prosecutor addressing the court said the Crown would refrain from regurgitating the details already placed into the records of the court, including those which comprise their response to the no-case submissions made by the defense, and asked that the judge in his summation accept those early arguments as part of their final submission. The Crown, in the meantime, pressed trial judge, Chief Justice Brian Sykes, to reject the good character evidence of the remaining accused and accept instead the evidence of the two accomplices, witness number 1 and witness number 2, former gang members turned state witness. In the trial, which began in September of last year, with 33 accused, 5 have since been freed. 26 of the remaining 28 accused, through a combination of sworn and unsworn statements, have insisted that they were industrious and law-abiding citizens, while 2 opted to remain silent. According to the Crown, the evidence of witness number 1, who was the one to approach the police and provide information, which prompted the investigation and the subsequent arrest, was sufficient corroboration for evidence presented in the case. In the meantime, prosecutors Tuesday pressed the court to accept as relevant evidence the voice recordings of alleged conversations between the supposed gangsters, arguing that it was established that the individuals on the calls, who in cases identified themselves by their names and monikers, had an established relationship with each other and were clearly part of the criminal organization. According to the Crown, the conversations which were played into the records of the court show that the witness was familiar with the various players based on the friendly manner in which they spoke. The Crown, in opening its case on September 20, said the accused individuals, who allegedly comprised the Blackman faction of the gang under Andre Blackman Bryan's leadership, had various roles in which they acted as killers, drivers, lookout men or watchmen, gunsmiths, and foot soldiers. The Crown is alleging that the accused, between 2015 and 2019, carried out a range of murders, conspiracies to murder and extortion and arson throughout the parish of St. Catherine. It said the gang's headquarters at Jones Avenue in Spanish Town was used by gang members for planning their exploits and was also where briefing and debriefing in respect of crimes took place. The court also heard that this was where transactions, such as the sale and purchase of guns to carry out murders, were done. Several members of the gang in their roles as foot soldiers, the court was told, were responsible for ensuring that murders ordered were executed and that extortion monies were collected. The case, which includes the largest number of accused ever to be tried together in a single matter, is being handled by 40 attorneys. The accused are being tried under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Amendment Act, commonly called the Anti-Gang Legislation, with several facing additional charges under the Firearms Act for crimes allegedly committed between 2015 and 2019. All the accused, when arraigned on September 20 at the start of the trial, pleaded not guilty to the charges against them. The offenses for which they have been charged include being part of a criminal organization, murder, conspiracy to murder, arson, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. 65 new COVID-19 cases, 2 more deaths. Jamaica on Monday reported 65 new cases of COVID-19 and 2 more virus-related deaths in the last 24-hour period. This brings the total number of cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 145,803 and the death toll to 3,186. Of the newly reported cases, there were 39 females and 26 males with ages ranging from 1 day to 108 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 18, St. James 10, St. Anne 1, St. Catherine 6, Westmoreland 9, St. Elizabeth 1, Trelawney 3, Clarendon 3, Manchester 1, Portland 6, Hanover 4, and St. Thomas 3. St. Mary was the only parish that recorded no new cases. Meanwhile, the latest fatalities are a 61-year-old female from Clarendon who died in September 2021 and a 59-year-old male from Clarendon who died in May 2022. According to the latest statistics and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 99 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 93,342. The country's positivity rate from the latest batch of testing is 17.2%. There are confirmed 1,454 active cases on the island. Approximately 96 patients are hospitalized. In sports news, now or never for Sunshine Girls, says Sterling. With the Sunshine Girls set to go into action at the 2022 Commonwealth Games on Friday, vice-captain of the team, Shamara Sterling, says it is now or never for the team as they look to make it into the final of the championships. The Sunshine Girls, who won bronze at the 2018 championships in Gold Coast, Australia, have assembled a very strong 12-member squad for this year's tournament after they finished a disappointing 5th at the 2019 Netball World Cup in Liverpool, England. The team includes 6 players who recently competed in the Australian Suncorp Super Netball League competition. In addition to Sterling, the other overseas-based players were Captain Janelle Fowler, Shimonia Nelson, Latanya Wilson, Kadian Deane, and Jodian Ward. The other members of the squad were Shanice Beckford, Aideen Thomas, Shadian Hemmings, Nicole Dixon-Rochester, Rebecca Robinson, and Khadijah Williams. Right now for me, I think it is now or never, because if we don't make it to the grand final of the Commonwealth Games, then I don't know when it will be, said Sterling. I am pretty excited and we're looking forward to it, and I know that my team can do it, but only if we play consistent throughout the tour, she said. Sterling, who is rated as one of the best defenders in the world, pointed out that the team has done well in their preparations heading into the tournament, and therefore everyone is feeling very confident and raring to go. We have a group of players that are very talented individually, and I feel that a lot of work has been put into getting us to know to play with each other, and so I'm really confident in the preparations that we have done leading up to this Commonwealth Games, she said. I think we just have to play disciplined netball, and we just have to be very consistent and know that any team we come against, that we'll be able to beat them, Sterling said. On Friday's opening day of competition in netball, Jamaica will play Wales. 3 other matches are scheduled for Friday. Jamaica will play their second match against South Africa on Saturday, July 30. In football, Waterhouse look to capitalize on home advantage in CONCACAF League clash. Waterhouse coach Marcel Gale is hoping they can capitalize on home advantage when the football club faces Canadian Premier League champions Pacific in a preliminary round CONCACAF League tie at Sabina Park today at 7 p.m. In their 2 previous appearances in the tournament in 2019 and 2020, the Jerusalem-based club faced off against Central American opponents, and Gale anticipates a different type of challenge from the North Americans. It is a good feeling to be playing the CONCACAF League to showcase what we have here in Jamaica. Every game is different, and so too are the opponents. We have watched a few of their games and we have done some assessment of them. Hopefully, we can go out and execute, he said. We are at home and we have to make the home advantage count for us. We expect a tough game, so we're going to go out for the 90-plus minutes and play our best football. The Jamaica Premier League semi-finalists will have their work cut out against the CPL champions. Pacific are currently second in the CPL table, but only on goal difference. The Pacific players should also be very fit, as they are now in the middle of their season, while Waterhouse played their last match on July 3. Pacific are coming off a 3-0 win over Calvary last Friday in the CPL. The teams will play over 2 legs, with a second leg scheduled for August 2 at the Starlight Stadium in Langford, British Columbia, Canada. The winners of the tie will advance to the round of 16, set to begin on August 16. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.